NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They find some open field here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roll and picked up big yardage.
Here we go.
Now Burrow on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cowboys had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had a good drive going their first time out, ending with the interception. The good news is they get kind of a mulligan because we're still at 0-0.
They certainly do, and you notice he spent a lot of time on the phone. You know, I know he wasn't talking to mom and dad on that one. He was talking to the eyes upstairs, talking to the coaching staff. Guaranteed. What did you see?
Here we go.
What was I doing? How do we make sure that doesn't happen again in this ball game?
Burrow from his own end zone. This is Anderson over the middle. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Running the jet sweep as Prescott backs it forward. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd and 9, Burrow looking deep downfield. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that throw, wow, 72 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Mixon with a first down carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. Now Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. 11. And Burrow going to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
From the 16, Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Prescott to throw it. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Prescott's throw caught by Bird here. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. From the 45 on second down, Prescott. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow getting the ball to Anderson here on the out route. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Here we go, here we go.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt. First down, and it's Pollard again. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Trying to run forward, and the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They're all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on... After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Prescott. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. On third down, it's Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960. And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all. Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points. Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it. And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Pollard again. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A sea of defenders and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick 6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the Cowboys are able to recover. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. The chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Now third down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On third down, a run with Cohen. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not...
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line.